Hey everyone, it's Jamie and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm bringing you a very special speed build. I am building a witchy inspired cabin, and it was actually really inspired by the home that used to be on this lot. I kind of saw that home and I was like, ooh, I feel like I could turn this into something I really like, but rather than just renovate, I kind of knocked it down and then just kind of used what had been there from my memory to just kind of create something similar. So my idea for this is what I wanted to create. This is a cute little kind of like cabin cottage here in this like little woodsy area, and my idea is that my sim who lives here is a witch. If you download this, you don't have to have a witch sim who lives here. The home is built specifically to accommodate that kind of earthy gameplay in some ways. Like my witch, her sim inspiration or her aspiration is the freelance botanist. So what she just wants to do, she just wants to grow plants and live outside. And that was kind of my idea, is that she's just kind of one of those earthy witches in tune with the earth and nature. And she just wants to grow flowers and garden out here in the woods by herself. She doesn't really need company. She gets enjoyment from just being alone and gardening. But like I said, your sim doesn't have to be a witch. Your sim could also be just someone who just loves to garden and likes to be alone in the woods. What I was really thinking about with the design, I was thinking a lot of homes to me that just kind of, I feel like that Tudor style of home generally just kind of looks a little fairy tale-esque. Whenever I see a Tudor home, especially ones that are more cabin or cottage-like, I definitely just kind of get a Hansel and Gretel kind of vibe, if you will. And that's kind of what I was going for. And I think I'm pretty happy with how it came out. I know a few people I know personally mentioned to me that the home looked like, to them, like a Hansel and Gretel kind of home. But as you see here, I'm just kind of working out the roofing situation. I had to do this thing where you copy the roof to get the right height, but then have to shrink it down in some areas so that it lines up correctly but doesn't do a lot of clipping. I wish the game just automatically knew not to do clipping. But hey, maybe one day. But yeah, as you see here, the home that was here before, the little cabin cottage that was here before, had this same thing going on where the second floor kind of hangs over the first floor a little, and that was really what I wanted for this. But see, I added this cute little kind of like princess tower off to the side here. The walls are a little tall for my liking. I wanted the tall to be shorter because I wanted it to feel small and compressed, but for the roofing and the windows to work out, I did have to make it just a little taller. But I don't think that it ruined my goal or what I wanted from it. But yeah, even like right here, I personally, at this point in the build, I started seeing the whole thing coming together, and I was so excited. This was a build that I had wanted to do for a while. I didn't really know where I was going to go, and I didn't exactly have it fully fleshed out yet, but I knew I wanted to do a witchy inspired little cabin in the woods. Originally I was thinking of doing it in Granite Falls, and something that you can go rent, or if you have the mod that allows you to live there, which I don't have that mod. And I felt like, well, I could download if I really want someone to live there. But then I found this lot, and I don't really play too much in Windenburg. I'm not really sure why, because I love the world of Windenburg. I love how it looks. I love the difference, how there's like those beautiful Tudor style homes, and then there's some more modern looking ones. But for some reason I just don't play too much in Windenburg, so I was just playing the other day and I saw this cabin, And I was like, that's perfect. This is the perfect lot. That home already kind of has the footprint of what I want to copy. So I just knocked it down and went to town. And I love the area it's in because I really love the idea of this recluse young witch just living out here by herself, maybe with her cat, and just kind of doing her own thing. And yeah, and I love that it's right by the water. And it's really funny, if you've been watching anything else from my channel, right on the other side of the river is where the Opposite Worlds Let's Play is happening. And I just like thought that's like so funny that, you know, here on one side of the river there's this cute little witch living by herself, and then on the other side there's a bunch of people suffering in a terrible home. So yeah, and as you see here, this is also just, once again, things I love about The Sims. I think this area is beautiful. I love the detail of the broken dock. I wish you could walk on it, but it doesn't let you, and that's fine. Like, it kind of makes sense, just like as a safety thing. Like, you probably wouldn't in real life, but I really just want my sim to go down to the edge and just like do some fishing. But you know, it's fine. As you see here, this part, I don't really love this part of the build where you have that like roofing off to the side there. But I decided to live with it because, you know, I felt like it was still fine and it would be fine the way it is, and it wasn't the end of the world. As you see here, I'm just putting some like trim around, especially when you have bump outs like that. You really need it to help, I feel like, make the whole look very cohesive. I love the roofing I picked here. I definitely picked it because it reminded me of like gingerbread roofing, and I was trying to get that iconic kind of like gingerbread witchy house feel. Even though the witch who lives here, in my personal gameplay, she's not going to eat children, she's not going to do anything like that. But for your own gameplay, maybe an evil witch lives here and she wants to lure children in, who knows. As you see here, I'm just moving the windows around so that they match up a little bit better with the architecture on the house, like in the like little detail. Once again, this is another thing I just love about this pack that we got with Windenburg, is the different kind of like Tudor style walling. I think it's beautiful. Here we're getting into the interior and beginning a little bit of the floor plan. I won't show too much of the decorating or the landscape because I did want to keep this a short video, since I just did upload like a few longer videos. And I don't expect you guys, for anyone who does watch my videos regularly, I don't expect you to watch 100 long hour videos, and I would prefer to make some shorter ones. Another thing I thought was really interesting or fun with this one is, you know, usually when I'm going to build, I'm looking at art historical references, but here I was really just looking at a lot of nursery rhyme books or you know, fairy tale kind of publications, and the reason for that was you know, I just wanted that kind of feel. And also there is like a art historical background with that. A lot of those stories and like the way they're illustrated now come from the Victorian period and their way of illustrating. I've talked about this, I don't know if on this channel, but on my art history channel at least, I've talked about how in the Victorian period, that's where you get the depiction of the witches with the pointed hat. Here I will apologize, I put that long cabinet that goes from the top cabinets to the floor there. I originally put that there as a placeholder for where I was going to put a refrigerator. I forgot to replace it and I never put a refrigerator. So if you do download this off the gallery, you will just have to either put a refrigerator there or slip it in somewhere else. Me and my own personal play, I just kind of swapped that out for the refrigerator. But like I said, if you want to put the refrigerator somewhere else, or if you just don't want one, that's also fine. I put this little table here in the corner. I did playtest the house, but I did forget to playtest this table. I don't think it'll be an issue. I've definitely done tables like that before and it wasn't an issue. But I also know that The Sims sometimes like can be weird like that, where it works sometimes and then it won't work other times. So here I'm figuring out where I'm putting the stairs. With this home it's bigger than I wanted it to be, but it's still pretty small, and because of that so I'm just like trying to fit some things around. You see here, originally by the fireplace I wanted it to be like the living room area. It ends up just being like a little sitting area, because I did remember for my own personal gameplay, even though it is a 2-person house, I was thinking that one sim would live here, maybe with a cat or a dog. But yeah, here I'm just putting together this little living room. Nothing crazy. Small TV. It ends up having a magazine rack in there, also, or a magazine holder. Here I just put a little chair by the fireplace, because I was just thinking, whoever lives here, maybe some nights they just want to cuddle up by the fire by themselves. And that's another aspect of this house I want to talk about. Whoever lives here, I think, would best benefit if they have the loner trait, and that they don't really like being around other people. They enjoy their time alone. Here's something I always do in my builds, is I always put down the top railings for the stairs. It helps me figure out where I can put walls, where I can't, or also just helps me with the feel of it. Up here I just put another little couch area. In that little nook there where you have that couch is also going to be part of the bedroom. Yep, but once again, I didn't put too much in this house as far as skill building go. I really because for my own personal play, I knew what I would like to do with this house. However, if you would like to add if you would like to add the chess table for maybe the logic skill, there's definitely places to put it. There's definitely places to put just about anything. Also here I have a second bedroom up here. I'm thinking maybe of a guest room, or maybe if your sim has a roommate, they don't have to live alone here. You could also empty that room out and turn it into an activities room, maybe an office. It's kind of open up to what you want to do. But yeah, so around here I'm gonna cut out, enjoy the rest of this, and up are coming the final images. And I hope you liked this build. You can download it off the gallery. My username is Jaymehorne, Jaymehorne, one word. You can also look up the name. It's Little Witchy Cabin. Awesome. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you next time.